Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Todd Sweeney, and this is my review of That Demon Within. I really enjoyed Dante Lamb's last film, Unbeatable. It was well made, entertaining, and a lot of fun. None of which could be said of Viral Factor, the movie he made before Unbeatable. So going into That Demon Within, I was trepidatious. I tried to ignore news about the movie or even the early reviews. That way, I think the movie gets the fairest viewing I can give it. So when I watched That Demon Within, all I knew about it beforehand was that it was a story about police officers that may or may not involve some kind of supernatural stuff, and that it starred Daniel Wu and Nick Chung Ka-fai. Daniel Wu plays a police officer with some work-related psychological issues. He's so caught up in them that he never notices that his supervisor, played by Christy Chen, seems to take a more than professional interest in him. He's totally oblivious. So he must be crazy as a bag of rats. Nick Chung plays the Demon King, a vicious robber who evades capture after being wounded and arrested. It helps that he faces perhaps some of the most incompetent police in the history of movies, but that's not my point. The film opens with a firefight that features some really shocking violence, and I appreciated that. Maybe that makes me a bad person, I don't know. But I do know it's probably not the only thing that would make me a bad person. Now, it would be hard to talk about the story without spoiling it, so I don't want to do that. There was a lot of stuff that I liked about That Demon Within. It looked really nice and it had some very interesting visuals, both in terms of cinematography and some of the computer-generated imagery. I thought the acting was really good, especially Nick Chung. I thought Daniel Wu also did well in a role that's pretty hard to sell properly, and I think he did a very good job of it. Not perfect, but very, very good. My favorite, though, was Lu Kai-chi. He was hilarious as a pragmatic or even funny member of Nick Chung's gang. If there's any fault to be found in this movie, it's with the script and the producers. Why would anybody ever write dialogue in this day and age where an old cop says that soon he's retiring? And why would the audience not know exactly what that means and exactly what's going to happen? I bet you in real life, cops keep their retirement a secret because they're so frightened of what always happens in the movies when a cop says he's going to retire. Why do scriptwriters have such a non-grasp of medical issues? Psychotic breaks tend to last more than a few minutes. But hey, there was a story that had to be wrapped up. This film deserves awards for the most convenient set of handcuff keys ever and fastest escape from handcuffs. It also deserves the nod, unfortunately, for most predictable. I saw the end of this movie coming a mile away and I wasn't even paying close attention. Well, I thought I saw the end coming. Actually, I was sort of wrong. Because instead of one epilogue, you get two. One of the epilogues gets an epilogue. The predictability wasn't necessarily bad, other than being completely predictable. The problem for me is kind of the implication of it. All the stuff that happens in the movie that you knew was going to happen point towards one thing: helping That Demon Within make it into the China market. Hey, you know what? Movies don't pay for themselves, which is why there are no surprises to be found in That Demon Within. Except maybe just how much of a letdown it is on the heels of Unbeatable. I wanted to like this movie more than I did. The predictability bugged me, and the function of that predictability also bugged me. But it's well acted, and it looks nice. And if you're not as bothered as I am about the whole China market thing, you might enjoy it. So I would recommend that you see it. But I don't want you to download it or watch it on YouTube when some jagoff puts it up a week from now. I want you to wait and rent it or buy a disc. When the movie comes out, we'll update the description with a link where you can buy the disc. That would be wonderful. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, leave me a comment. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe. That way you'll get to see the videos right away as soon as I release them, if that's important to you. Thank you for watching. But I do enjoy being shocked in a movie, intentionally. I don't like shockingly bad movies. The Stolen Years! Murderer! Oh, I'm sorry.